visually stunning short film. A young woman is yearning for her boyfriend to propose and goes to extreme measures to make it happen. The props, wardrobe, and set deck were so well done, everything pink and ultra feminine. I especially loved the heart-shaped pot, her pink outfits, and the flashy cat clock. The script was so effective, showing her pathetic desperation and her boyfriend's misogyny and rudeness. Great twist at the end. Excellent
I
film.
really enjoyed this movie. The production design, set design was beautiful, and you notice that from like the beginning of the film with that opening shot, seeing the whole kitchen. It was just so visually, nice to look at.
It would sound kind of weird, but I thought this was really fun. I really liked the fact that they played with a lot of color. Everything was like pink and like really saturated color, which I thought was really fun. You don't get that as much these days, I feel, as you did kind of back in the like 50s and 60s, 50s and 60s. I also thought they really kind of hit and capitalized a lot on a lot of the kind of cliches about like a classic like 50s housewife, and like what her day kind of looks like and what looks like and what's expected of her. So I thought that was really really well done, and that like even with like all his like little kind of underhanded comments and things like that, all she really wanted was to become a wife, and that she was, willing to give up so much for that.
It was so beautifully stylized. From the opening shot, you knew exactly what kind of personality lived in this house, and it told you that all within the first couple of seconds of the opening sequence, which I thought was great. The music was also very, very well done because that lent itself to let you know there was something more going on. So you were constantly waiting for something sinister to happen. And the twist at the end was definitely worth it. It was definitely worth seeing that little twist at the end. So I thought that the story was really good.
Oh wow, I really like this piece. We are thrown into this whole world right away. The set was just wonderfully put together. So much attention to detail, and there's nothing subtle about what this woman wants. It seems so cheerful and happy. Everything's very bright and pink. But that music, oh, I love that music. It was so sinister, such a great contrast to what we're seeing visually. So you're pulled in right away, trying to work out the tension between these two elements and figure out what's going on. I thought that was a great intro to the film. And I love the story. I really thought that special recipe was going to kill the man. And I was hoping that it would because he was such a jerk. He was so awful. But instead we get this twist at the end, and it was really great. I loved it. But I was disappointed when the story ended. Because of that twist, I really had more questions, and I wanted to know what was going on, because this film could have taken so many different directions. It could have been a satire, or it could have been a psychological thriller, and I would have been happy either way. Like, I just wanted to spend some more time in this really wonderful world that they created, and I wanted more of that story. But otherwise, I thought it was great.
Dark comedy films that I just absolutely adore. Like everything in this film was just so intentionally over the top. Like the color palettes, everything belonging to her is aggressively pink, and everything belonging to him was aggressively blue. The dialogue was greatly exaggerated, and so are the actions, from the way she cuts up the vegetables to stirring everything in a heart-shaped pot. You think that we're seeing a couple that's just madly in love until the guy comes in and he's just way older than her, and he's just bulldozing her with insults every chance he gets. And plus he totally forgets it's their anniversary. I mean, come on, man. Just number one rule of a relationship, don't ever forget the anniversary. But once that happens, you see the tone of the film shift, and you think that she's trying to poison him. But the actual reveal is way better than that and way more twisted, so I won't dare spoil it. But I really enjoyed the film. I was just cackling throughout.
The best casting and an outstanding performance by both characters. It is nicely set up in a perfectly pink domestic housewife world, and that's a huge contrast with the male character and the whole demeanor. It's just appalling. Then we have this great recipe and the mysterious ingredients. It's just funny and a bit tragic as well, but it is very entertaining.
Wow. uh, that was pretty intense. Domestic Bliss was very fun to watch. The two things I want to just say right off the bat was both the sound design and the set decoration was absolutely phenomenal. Surprisingly, a lot of messages about patriarchy, just from like the colors alone, and just like, you know, a lot of like gender stereotypes. The kitchen is completely pink. It's like a Pepto-Bismol wonderland. And the one thing that isn't pink is the boyfriend, who's dressed in all blue. You know, the two colors symbolized by each gender. And just going more about the set dressing even more, just, and I mean this in the nicest way possible. It had the sensation of like a corpse wearing makeup, where, you know, it's so neat, it's so pretty, but then out in the corner of your eye, you see something that's just off. And it stays throughout the entire short, where, you know, like the illusion of something clean is supposed to be there, but there's always just something dirty in the background. And I thoroughly enjoyed that, because it created that sensation like something was wrong. And, you know, again, the acting as well was phenomenal, adding more into, you know, a lot of the patriarchal stereotypes, you know, a lot of things that a lot of women have to hear a lot from, you know, condescending guys. And, you know, I'll be honest, I thought she was gonna kill him at the end. I thought the stew was poisoned, but, you know, like, anything could have happened. But I had a blast.